behind here is the wonderful city of Melbourne, and we're out here on the pre-season tour. But we have just got a tweet from Fabrizio Romano. Now, is it just more of the same, or is it new? And it's actually popping off, and it's actually happening because right now he's saying Manchester United have reached full agreement with Barcelona for Frankie de Jong after further talks. Package is worth 85 million euros. Fee guaranteed around 75 million euros plus add-ons. Personal terms still the issue to be resolved, as Frankie's priority is to stay at Barcelona. But they're saying that fee is finally sorted with Barcelona. Now, it kind of feels like we've been here before, and we've heard that Manchester United have reached full agreement before. I did a video about it in the past saying that we have reached agreement for 65 million or something around that point. But this is pretty much saying the deal is done and Manchester United have agreed a fee with Barcelona. But we can't get carried away because, as that tweet says, and I've just read out, personal terms are still the issue to be resolved, as Frankie's priority is to stay at Barcelona. Now, is Frankie's priority to stay at Barcelona because of the simple fact that he wants that 17 million euro off Barcelona? Or is it because he actually just genuinely doesn't want to join Man United and he wants to stay there? Now, I don't feel he doesn't want to join Manchester United, because if he didn't want to join Manchester United, surely Erik ten Hag can easily pick up the blower, make a phone call and say, yo, cuz, do you want to come or not? Because if you don't, then we'll just X this off and we'll go sign Ruben Neves or something. But the simple fact that we've kept at this, now I know we've been idiots in the past, but the simple fact that we've kept at this kind of tells me that maybe, just maybe, Frankie de Jong is just holding out for that money. Now, the fee seems to have risen from what we heard before. We kind of heard before it was 65 plus 10 and, 65 plus 20. But now we've given a guaranteed 75 million up front in euros. Does that mean that they can finally give him that money? He can receive that money. He can be happy to leave, and then happy days. Now, like Dark and Friends says in the comments, we never actually agreed the add-ons before. So technically, this is news. In that, before we always heard the 65 million euros is done, but the 20 million euros add-ons hasn't been agreed yet. So we got kind of, the fee agreed now. So that's one thing done. But this whole hold up with Frankie de Jong, whether he wants to come or not, all that kind of thing is still rumbling on. Nevertheless, I think he wants it. I genuinely think he wants to join Manchester United. Why else would we be here? Do you know what I mean? Why else? Not only that, we're also hearing in the last 12 hours or so that Lisandro Martinez to Man United is imminent as well. The board's mission in Amsterdam revealed yesterday, and it's described as positive and successful. Long meeting with Ajax, agreement closed for more than 50 million euros. So Manchester United could be about to splash out like 125 million euros plus add-ons. What's 125 million euros in pounds? It is 105 million pounds. And that would be our net spend, because so far we haven't spent anything. Terrell Malacia has come in. Andreas Pereira's gone out. We've lost a lot of the wage bill as well. When you think about the likes of Jesse Lingard, Juan Mata, Paul Pogba, Nemanja Matic, Edinson Cavani, all these players that have left the club would have been on a decent wedge. And the fact that they've gone means we've saved money over the course of the year. We've saved money on the wage bill, where we could still kind of have wiggle room to do more in terms of transfers and in terms of wages. But 105 million pounds being our spend, you get Lisandro Martinez, your centre-back. You get Frankie de Jong, one of your midfielders. We're still rumbling on with that medical for Christian Eriksen. I don't know what's going on there. And, we've got Terrell Malacia in. We still need more. But nevertheless, this deal is looking done. And that is good news, isn't it? That's good news. So, let me know what you lot are thinking in those comments below. Someone said this live stream needs a photosensitive epilepsy ward. I don't know what does that mean? What's going on with my stream right now? Let me have a look on the old YouTube. 1 second. Let me see what it's saying on the YouTube. Nim says he don't want to join. I disagree. I think he's simply holding out for his money. The source is Fabrizio Romano. That's who the source is. It's Fabrizio Romano. Make of that what you will. Blank frame keeps popping up apparently. I don't know what that I don't know why that's happening right now. To be totally honest with you, I do apologise about that. I've got it on my screen in front of me, and it looks fine, but I don't know what else to say about that. Apologies if you're dealing with that at the moment. Lots of flashing apparently. I've been called a flasher before, but for different reasons. Joe, I'm not going to swing the camera around to you, but how you feel about this news?
I think it's good. I think it's obviously finally getting those finer details of the deal done. And obviously, if we need this deal done, or if we want this deal to get done, then we need to sort out those personal terms next up, because it's all well and good Barca wanting to sell him. We've kind of known that for a while. It's whether he will turn that into coming to Man United, and I think he has to agree to that. But I agree with you. I think he needs his money from Barcelona. They've said they've owed him this money for a year or 2 years. They need to pay him.
Therefore, I'll leave you to carry on with the news, which is a combination of continue and carry quite clearly. A lot of people asking what we're doing in Melbourne. We'll be at the Crafty Squire pre-game, so if people want to come and meet us there, don't know why you would, but if you do want to, then you can, of course, come down there, say hello, and buy me and Joe a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Perfect.
Yeah, what drink you fancy, Joe?
Do lemonade, please.
Is Foster's Australian, or is it pretend to be
I
Australian?
think it's actually Australian.
Is it? It's not nice, though, is it?
Not really.
Wonder if it's nice here.
Yeah, like Guinness.
No, Guinness is always not. What the?
No, you get like bad Guinness in London and stuff.
Yeah, that's because they don't clean their pipes. The fucking tramps.
Clean your pipes, guys.
Clean your pipe. Go over to Paddock, get your Manscaped code, and clean your pipe. What is our Manscaped code? Paddock on tour.
Paddock tour.
Paddock tour to clean your pipe with Manscaped. Australians hate Fosters, says Mitch. Good, so do English people, I think. Adam, are you Bangladeshi? I'm not Bangladeshi, no. I grew up around a lot of Bangladeshi people in Les Isles. If people know where Les Isles is, you'll know about that. But I'm not, no. My mum's Irish, my dad's Indian, but I'm born in England. So I'm that combination, innit? Where's Steve Howson at the moment? Someone says, he just says Howson, innit? Howson's not with us, unfortunately, on this tour. I'll tell you what he did. He had a choice between the World Cup or coming here, because listen, he's the only one that takes ultimatums from his missus, unlike us lot. We just do what we want. And he chose the World Cup. What a scumbag. What a scumbag he is. What time are you getting to the Crafty Square? I don't know, but we'll be there. The Young still not wanting to join United, prefers Barca. Yeah. Are you Ugandan, Adam? I'm not, no. Big G is though, innit? Shout out Big G. Bring up Uganda, I just think of the Tories, and you're just going to mess this stream up. So let's not do that. We might all end up being Ugandan if Priti Patel has her way, the fucking bitch. As a Chelsea fan, this is big moves from United, exactly what they needed, says Bradley. Fee was agreed ages ago, mate, says Steve. Apparently the fee was agreed, 65 million plus add-ons, but now it's changed. Have you had a barbecue yet? No, we've been out here, literally. We got here today on no sleep, went to the press conference, which you can see over on Stretford Paddock. I got to ask a question. I managed to slip Zidane Iqbal into the press conference. And we came back to the hotel, got the video out, had a nap. Now we're back up. We're getting fresh. Joe's doing the news for Stretford Paddock, which is going to be out
in about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So as soon as we're done here, you lot can head over to Stretford Paddock and go and check out the news that Joe and Jay have made out there somewhere. So you'll actually get to see a little bit of Melbourne. How's the grass down under? I've not discovered any yet. What about Anthony and Martinez? Lisandro Martinez, I'll read out the latest update on Lisandro Martinez. The latest update on Lisandro Martinez was, it's imminent, said Fabrizio Romano. Board mission in Amsterdam revealed yesterday, described as positive and successful. Long meeting with Ajax, agreement closed for more than 50 million euros. Final talks tomorrow. Man United hope to seal the deal in the next 48 hours. So we'll have confirmation on Lisandro Martinez soon. Could have confirmation on Frankie de Jong soon. Could have that medical done from Christian Eriksen soon. And then suddenly our squad starts to look a whole lot different. Tom Boy says, how often is Anthony Martial in your dreams? Fair bit, to be fair. Joe woke me up today saying, stop saying Toto. Because me and Joe are sharing a bed. What about Ronaldo's lack of suitors? Yeah, I think it comes down to wages, what he does to the structure of your team, and all those kind of things. So I understand why there's not many clubs knocking his door down trying to get in there. Um, would you prefer Martinez as a DM? Says Ion. No, well you could do, but he's a centre back in it. I think he played like out of 100 games or something, he played like 15 times there for Ajax. I may have got that stat wrong, but I know he's not played there that much. I think he signed him to be a centre back, and then that makes it more interesting because he's also said Maguire's going to be his captain. But for me, if you spend 50 million euros on Martinez, he's probably going to be one of your first choice players. Varane's better than Maguire. Lindelof's better than Maguire. Bailly's better than Maguire. So your captain might not even be starting, which isn't a bad thing because then you probably have a different captain. So maybe, even though he said Maguire's staying on as captain, he's not really going to be playing. I think Maguire will be phased. Yeah, kind of what I alluded to there. Captain is injured, says Yams. Actually, mate, we were in a press conference today, and Boldy said he'll be there. Not Jay, by the way. Boldy said he'll be available for the next game. Whether he starts or not, I don't think so. But he'll be there. Do you have to buy a blue spanner? What does that mean? I don't have a blue spanner. What, in real life? Oh, it's admin on your chat. You don't buy that. Just have to set that. I don't have admins, I don't think. I have one, maybe, or two. But I hardly ever go live now, so they've probably done one. Quit their job. So, yeah. Any update on Ghana? I don't want to... Look, this is just assumption. And assumptions make an ass out of you and me. But when I was in Bangkok, we saw him on the day of the game going for kind of like an ice bath and all these kind of things. So I don't know whether he's injured, but it kind of feels that way because he wasn't involved. But because of this flashing apparently, and I ain't getting my cock out, I mean like the strobing, I'm going to get out of here. But thank you for tuning in. Got about 800 of you. I haven't done a stream in ages, so I appreciate all you lot locking in. Frankie de Jong, hopefully very close to joining Manchester United now, as the fee is agreed with Barcelona. 85 million euro package, 75 million euros up front, and of course, Lisandro Martinez is close as well. Finally, we might not have to see McTominay in our midfield every week. How good would that be? Anyway, I've been AdamMcKola. This has been me. About to say Stretford Paddock, he hasn't. We'll go over to Stretford Paddock soon for the... No, in fact, go over to Stretford Paddock now, yeah? And if you go over there now and you watch the press conference video, or if you've already seen that, you watch another video, then what will happen is by the time you've watched that, the news will be out, won't it, Joe?
Yeah.
So go over there, get watching the news, give a like to the video, because if Jay doesn't get many likes, he starts getting sad on that. So like his video. Any update on Twanzebe? Another interesting point, when Manchester United flew out to to Melbourne from Bangkok, we saw Twanzebe still in the team hotel where they stayed, even though the team had left. And then we discovered that there were personal family issues that he's had. So that explains his absence. I initially thought it was maybe because of the fact that, he was possibly going to move away from Man United. But apparently he's got family issues, which is why he's had to leave. So hopefully everything's cool with Axel and his family. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you in a bit. Go over to Stretford Paddock right now, fools.